What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we will be talking about the Hall of Fame. We'll be talking about the Hall of Fame. We'll be talking about new coaches in new places. Which team is set up to go from worst to first? We'll give you our latest and greatest from the Super Bowl with our Super Bowl update, and we will absolutely. This will be our first time going around the league. That will be the NBA this year. And a couple of other things that we have for you off the top. I hope you guys are ready. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. The most important part, though, is that you guys tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Okay, listen. I know the squad is backstage right now. I'm gonna throw something out here, right? And I want their advice. I want their quick answers to this question that I'm putting out there, okay? If I told you that on any NFL team, that your top three tacklers were your middle linebacker and your two safeties, what does that mean for your football team? So I'm putting that question out there to you all right now. Tell me what that means for your football team. If you're having a good season, bad season, tell me what it means in your terms, and then I'll tell you where I got these numbers from. So first off, let's get my man Sid in here. First off, Sid, what's good, man? How are you? You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, my bad. What's going on?
I'm good, man. So what would, if I told you your top three tacklers was a middle linebacker, a safety, and another safety, what does that mean to you? How's your football team doing, or how would any football team be doing?
Somebody on the front line can't tackle. They can't get off a block. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
And then on top of that, the linebackers are either overrunning the play or getting pushed down the street. So
down the street. That's wild. Push down the street is wild. Okay, listen. Before we get ourselves in too much trouble, let's get HR in here. Lady A, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys?
We are doing great. Listen, it is hoodie weather. The same question to you. Your top three tacklers, middle linebacker, safety, and a safety. What does that mean for your football team?
That means that your line is trash. That's what it means. And it means that someone needs to get out there. They need to do some drills. They need to do whatever they need to do to step their game up. You're not having a good season. If
not having a good season. Okay. Okay, great. Now, listen, we will go to our guy, Al, who looks like he is in the middle of a Frozen Fest, whatever that may be. And it starts. It begins. Right. They only do this once he gets on air.
How you feel, Al?
Al, yeah.
Man, it is -8 degrees wind chill in the District of Columbia surrounding areas.
Okay, so what does a middle linebacker and two safeties leading your team in tackles mean for you?
It usually means your defensive tackles are playing Olay and letting everybody. But I'm gonna go a different route potentially.
Okay.
My first thought means Olay. Your defensive tackles are just letting everything through and they're not doing anything. But if you said your middle linebacker, which should be one of your leading tacklers,
yep,
and you play in two safeties, it could mean those guys up front are stalemating everything and allow those guys to come up and make a play. So it's a catch-22 with this situation. It could be one or the other, but my first thought is
Olay. Put a headband on because it must be hot.
What is going on,
No,
Sid?
because the nonsense he talking over there, just tell they trash and keep him moving.
I said, he
got a scoop around his head into his eye. I just put a little headband on.
Sid was in the 80s.
He was killing me right quick.
Aerobics video. That's what he looked like.
He looked like he. What's the Tybo dude, man? What's the dude? He like
Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks and them. But we know. Well, you never know. That might be some of that kinky stuff Sid got going on. For
you know what? Al, in the corner.
All right.
The first sign of the day.
Leon Phelps over there.
Yeah, that's old Leon Phelps. That is Leon Phelps. You know
that one. First sign of the day.
Saying,
okay, we got our guest here. Our guest is Quinton Carr. We had Quinton on. Y'all know Q is one of those guys up north. And would you say is negative what, Al?
It's negative 8 degrees wind chill.
That's cute.
Let's check in with Q and see how he's doing from his igloo.
You know what's crazy? Well, I'm gonna drop a lot of info on you. What's crazy though is that the cold already passed us. All right, it's colder down there right now than it is up here. Right now, I checked the weather because I heard y'all doing it. It's 11 degrees. The high was 21 today. So it was cold last week, but we've warmed up. Now, to your question,
11 degrees is not warming
up.
What
does warming up actually mean? That can
listen, a Florida boy can't survive. That's all I got to say. And your blood warms quickly. And, 11 degrees is a whole lot better than negative 30. I don't know if y'all got time for it. So I had a basketball game in Ishpeming the other night. I had to carry all my radio equipment. My car was about 150 feet from the door. And I thought about leaving my stuff and then going to get the car to pull up. And I said, no, why get in the cold twice? And I started walking. And when I hit the corner and the wind blew my hoodie off and almost blew my hat off, I made it about halfway to and my hand started to hurt. My face felt like it was going to congeal. And I thought about dropping my stuff and running for the car. But I couldn't, because I'm a man, not much of one, but a man, darn it. And I made it to the car. When I got in there, it was probably -3 in the car, and I thought to myself, "Man, I could live in here. It's warm in here. It's okay."
You really can't live in there. You can't.
I could have that day. And I checked my phone. It was the wind chill of -28 when I walked out that door. And all I can say is I'm a changed man from the experience. I did make it, so that's got to mean something. But I'm a changed man from the experience. Now, back to your question, though. If your middle linebacker and your safety or your leading tacklers, do you mean the Baltimore Ravens of the early 2000s? I don't. Now, I know from the way you laid this question out that obviously we're going to be going in the opposite direction here. But there's been lots of really good defenses that their safety and the middle linebacker were the leading tacklers on that team. Am I incorrect?
Not this team.
See, I knew you were setting us up for that.
Absolutely not this team. And the reason I asked this question is because I had a very, very long conversation with one of our friends, one of our good friends of the program, Seawall, who we will have on after the Super Bowl, right? She has this graphic that she's working on, and it absolutely tells the story by looking at the numbers for the Washington Commanders this year, right? And the first thing that I noticed by looking at this was a lack of front seven play, because I just gave you the top 3. When you see this graphic, you and Al, you were on to something. You were absolutely onto something. Your defensive ends, which we know for Washington, that was a position that was banged up. It was really, really hampered. Mm-hmm. But this graphic tells a story of lack of front seven play, for a better word. What Lady A said is your defense, your front seven is trash. Your defensive ends showed nothing. Your defensive tackles were not in your top 5 of tackling. But when you go to the passing numbers, and I'm gonna let C Wall get into this because it's hers, and when we bring her on, when you go to the passing side of the ball, the pass defense, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, it truly tells us, it speaks volumes. Everybody's like, oh, Bobby Wagner is too old to play the position. Not by these numbers. These numbers tell the story. These numbers say Bobby's still getting it done.
Yep.
They say Bobby's still getting it done.
What numbers is that? His graduation numbers?
So first of all, Bobby,
First off, don't do it. Don't do that, Al. Al, this man got his. He led the team in tackles.
The worst D when it bottom 5 defense. Go ahead.
He was.
I like Bobby Wagner. So I don't want to hate. I like Bobby Wagner, so I don't want to hate him. He's a great Seattle Seahawks.
Sounds like you're hating.
He's second on the team in interceptions, and his pass defense numbers are not that bad as well, right? I can't give him all to him right now. I'm just telling you, when Seawall comes on and we see these numbers, you guys are gonna be like, no, Bobby's still getting it done. He needs help.
Call you Bobby needs help. This sounds like you're fudging some numbers, but go ahead.
I will not. And I'm gonna let you in on a little bit more of the story. I'm gonna let you on a little bit more of the story because, like I said, this is Seawall's story to tell.
I got you.
We looked back at the 2024 numbers for Bobby Wagner, right? Bobby had more tackles this year in the regular season than he did last year. In the regular season, if you add his playoff games in there, if you add Bobby's playoff games in there, put another 30 on top of the number that you're going to see.
Got you. He's a Hall of Famer.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And he's not. He hasn't. He may have lost a step, but he's not losing a step.
Seahawks.
Now, I do have some good news. I do have some good news about. I have some good news about this conversation that I had with Seawall, and I'm gonna let her break this part of the news, but there is hope on the horizon. When we looked at the numbers and what we have coming in, and if things work out the way that we think, there is a lot of hope on the horizon. And some of the players that you guys said had a bad season this year, you should see their performances step up big time next year.
Okay.
If things play out the way that we think, if they play out the way that we think, I'll let Seawall break all of that. But today we are here, and our first question for everyone in the audience, and we see you guys there, is our first topic, which is the Hall of Fame, right? I want some honest opinions on the Hall of Fame here. Is the Hall of Fame fair or unfair, and how do you guys feel about the Pro Football Hall of Fame right now? Now, we had some days to think about this, right? I like that, Don. I like this, Don. Quinton pop-ups like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Are we going to address the elephant in the room with this question, or are we just going to let everybody decide if they're going to talk about it individually?
I think we are going to address it, but go ahead.
Oh, actually, since you jumped out there, Quinn, go ahead. Let the cannons fire, buddy. Let the cannons fire.
You're lucky. I got Mr. Tuck this month, so you know that I already had this conversation, Lady Antoinette, with him probably critiquing my opinion. Now, listen, there's so many different facts. Now, first and foremost, let's just get this out there because it's something I realized I didn't do the last time I spoke about this. Absolutely, unequivocally.
Yes, Don.
I'm just saying, Bill Belichick should have been a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. It's like saying that Tom Brady's not gonna, you know what I'm, it's just, it doesn't fit the career. Now, with that being said, I've heard a lot of arguments about this recently. Evidently, there are some players getting ready to come off of the list. And some of the voters felt that it would be that they wanted to vote for some of these players, older players that were going to come off the list before they voted for a man that they knew was going to get into the Hall of Fame at some point in time. I don't know. There has to be something the matter with the rules if the voters have to make that type of decision, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's several other, obviously the cheating scandal, and the best take that I heard on that was that, there's lots of teams that cheat. The Indianapolis Colts, I believe, were caught up in something similar with spying on other teams. But when you're winning championships, those cheating allegations or evidence of you being caught cheating seems so much more important to fans, probably not of the New England persuasion, because you go, oh, well, that's why they won those championships. But the truth is, that's not why they won those championships. They won those championships because they were one of the best. You just don't have the longevity that they had over 2 decades because you're cheating, and then I think there's a third facet to it, that a lot of these people who vote are sports writers. And if anything, he made you read between the lines. He wasn't going to give you a good interview. You didn't get too much from him at the podium after the game. And I think that over the years that did rub, some longtime journalists the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay. Al, come on, man.
Would they please stop it? Please stop it. That's all I have to say. First of all, is Bill a Hall of Famer? Yes. Should he be a first ballot? Yes. Is it a big deal that he wasn't? No. I'll tell you why. As has been stated, Bill Walsh wasn't a first ballot. Don Shula wasn't a first ballot Hall of Fame, on the first ballot Hall of Fame coach, and nor was Lombardi. Anybody know him?
I do. They named
I've heard that name before.
Who's the name? Whose trophy's name after when they win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. Get over it. Belichick, it's an ego thing. Yeah, it's something to talk about. And Quinton said, do the rules need to change some so you don't have to choose between? It should be a yes or no vote. Yes, I agree with that. But it's much to do about nothing. It's something to talk about in the worst week of sports for the year, the week before the Super Bowl and leading up to the Pro Bowl. Much to do about nothing. They're making a big deal about it. If that's it's more of a bigger deal for players, I think, than it is for coaches being a first ballot, because there are rooms in the Hall of Fame for first ballot and other Hall of Famers, and there's tiers in the Hall of Fame, but that's more for the players and not for the coaches. So just get over it. Bill Belichick, he'll be fine. He was talking about throwing a party. And Don, you are absolutely right. I must give a shout out to my man Don. Eli is still not in the Hall of Fame.
Come on, Lady A.
So I'm just gonna put it out there. There are claims that another bill was the cause of Belichick not being voted in. And this is due to a long time feud. Okay. Now, that's been said. However, we don't know if it's 100% accurate, but I'm going to say this. Hall of Fame or anything of that magnitude, you have your rules, you have your list, you have things that you're looking for, right? When is it going to be just that? When are we going to just look at the stats? When are we going to look at the things that we're supposed to look at? Just the qualifiers.
Just the numbers. Give me the numbers.
Just the numbers. And so quite often we see things get political. We see stuff being a popularity contest, things like that. All of that should go out the window. I don't even know why that is a topic of conversation. I just don't understand. These are grown people that are not acting like grown people. I don't like so-and-so, so you don't like him either. I had to wait, so make him wait too. Like this is ridiculous. It's grown people not acting like adults. He should have been, what is that? Lady did not write that. However,
I did.
No, you didn't select that to put it on screen. I know who did.
Say it.
Yeah. But I just feel like at some point we just need to stick. I mean, it's football. Stick to football. Stick to if you're going in for coaching, stick to those stats. That's it. And I think it's a shame because it does take away from the game. It takes away from Hall of Fame when you got petty people involved.
Okay.
So it's not fair, to answer your question.
Come on, Sid. I got you, Lady A.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. As being a Falcon fan, I could care less if he get in the first ballot or not. So he didn't, and I ain't gonna lose no sleep over whatsoever. I don't care. I'm not I'm not a Pats fan, I'm not a Patriots fan, I'm not a Bill Belichick fan. Although I have to say he has the accomplishments to have made it on the first try.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Bill rubs some people the wrong way, and they tried to humble him. Like they tried to humble. Who beat me? Who put that up?
Dump truck.
He's talking about on the screen.
Oh,
I ain't get a chance to make my point. We're just all gonna say, pick. Don't you kind of say the same thing? They try to humble him like try to humble Shador.
Okay.
So, but I think he's earned it. I mean, like you say, there are many coaches that have not made it on the first try, but he's going to get in there. It's a definite. Yeah. I think more people just upset because he did not get in there after the numbers and stuff he put up with the Patriots or helped put up the Patriots put up while as head coach, and the number of Super Bowls he won consecutively in total as a head coach.
Right.
You know, because you compare him to Belichick. I mean, not Belichick, to Shula now, who only won one.
But he got the wins. But he got the all-time wins.
Huh?
But he got the all-time wins and the number one.
I mean, he does. But he only won one. Dan Marino didn't win any with him as head coach. Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, you can't take what he did with the Patriots away, even though, you know,
no shit. I
ain't gonna forget about cheating scandal, especially with the NFL commissioner decided to delete the tape, like everybody letting everybody see it. Which tells me one thing.
That is a little fishy. You're right.
There was more to it than what he was heading on to. They kind of hiding like Epstein files.
Whoa. Okay. Let me hold on. Can I get my take in here?
Everybody get a fine too.
I got a question.
Let me get my take in here real quick. All right. There are a number of Washington Redskins that should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not just putting this on Washington. The same way there are a number of Chicago Bears that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not. Every team can point to a player and say that this player has the numbers at his position to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. Every team.
They absolutely can.
Yes.
Right? I'm getting to that the same thing that you guys have been tiptoeing around, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade.
Okay.
These writers are petty. And they hold grudges. Absolutely. And they keep the players out that dedicated their lives, their bodies, their everything to this Pro Bowl, to getting into it and being recognized. And you make these players wait. And they go from 5 years from that 5-year waiting point in time to getting on a list. Now, you want to add the contributors, right? You want to add the contributors, and you want to add the senior people that you want to add. That takes away from even more players who put their life put their bodies on the line, their blood, sweat, and tears into making it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right.
There should be a separate category for coaches, contributors, and things of that nature, because there are only so many players that can get in every year.
Sure.
There are only so many players that can get in every year. And these reporters want to hold petty grudges and stop these players from what they have truly earned. Because I didn't give you a good interview, or I wouldn't answer your questions, or I was in a bad mood after a loss to get to the Super Bowl. I was in a bad mood after a game where I stunk up the field, and that's not me. And I don't want to talk to you right now, and so you're going to hold it against me after my playing career?
But pick, we ain't nobody tiptoeing. I think we all said.
There's this little path of, if you go work for the NFL Network, you absolutely get in. No matter what you did, you absolutely get in, right?
Because they're biased and it's a popularity contest.
And then you want to hold these moral grounds. Or you say, oh, this person did this and this person did that. Are you kidding me? Stop playing. If we critique your work the way that you critique these players, are you the best at what you do? Stop playing with us, man. The Hall of Fame is absolutely making a mockery of this thing. You're not giving these players their due and letting them get their flowers while they're alive. It's not right. Stop doing it. You're making the Hall of Fame become a hall of shame.
No.
There's one take that we have not touched on yet. A few years back, Deion Sanders was jumping up and down about how everybody was getting in the Hall of Fame and who is this and who is that. And a lot of people have said that he was a big catalyst into the rule change that we've seen today. So I think just as much as it's the writers, we have some players who feel like they're gatekeepers to the Hall of Fame. And after they've gotten in, they want it to be more of a prestigious group, which is, common. You see that, almost in every league's Hall of Fame. But yeah, let's not miss the fact that after a bit of player uproar from Hall of Fame players that had an issue with how many players were getting into the Hall of Fame every year, they changed the voting rules. Yeah. And it was pressure from Hall of Fame players that did that. So just as much as the writers may be keeping players out,
they don't want.
We also have players keeping players out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they want their club to continue to be exclusive, if not more.
And this point right here, you gotta have some credentials to be a voter. They're giving out votes to anybody now. They're giving out votes.
But it's only 50, isn't it? Only 50.
It's 50.
50
votes. That's not a lot. Now that's really what surprises me is that's not a lot. So there's only 50 people.
It's very exclusive.
That's also giving a lot of power to 50 individuals to control a whole organization's Hall of Fame. Or a whole, you get what I'm saying.
The best Hall of Fame in sports. We all do agree with that, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm starting to look at the Hall of Fame. Like the last couple of years,
I've looked at it before this.
I've been looking at the Hall of Fame very, very differently the last couple of years.
This is not the best. The basketball Hall of Fame, everybody gets in. Hockey Hall of Fame, you don't know any of them. The baseball Hall of Fame, they got people that should be in, but won't be in because they're too high and mighty. Let the steroid guys in. That's a whole other debate. But I'm saying this is truly the one Hall of Fame where your merits on the field.
Al, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna point to one thing. I'm gonna point to Devin Hester's speech last year. Okay. Devin Hester's speech last year where he said Brian Mitchell and what's the name led the way, but neither one of them are in the Hall of Fame. True. How can you put the third person in?
Hester shouldn't be in.
No, he shouldn't. He's a punt returner.
Whoa. I mean, I think he knows that though. That's the thing. He knows that he knows
should be in the Hall of Fame. But he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Devin Hester shouldn't be in there. I would put Brian Mitchell in there because of the total being number 2 overall in total yardage.
Right.
How about
all-purpose yards?
Number 2 now. Not when he retired.
Not when he okay, I can't remember. He might have been.
When he retired, he was number 1.
Top 2. Right. Either way, first when he retired or top 2 now, whatever it may be. That's an accomplishment because that shows all around versatility and longevity and being the best at what you were doing. So I would have put him in before I put Hester.
That's what I'm saying.
Hester got him for the Good Old Boy Network, the Miami Boys. That's what got him in. Mm-hmm. And like I said, so that was more, I think Hester was a heck of a punt returner.
He was. I'm not taking anything away from him.
One of the best. But you have to.
And he knows that he should not have gone in.
He knows that he should have gone before Brian.
Yeah, he knows that. I mean, I mean, if they say, hey, come on.
I got one better for you.
You're going to go.
I got one better for you. When you look at the linebacker position and the linebackers that are in the Hall of Fame, and one of the best linebackers says, why is this guy not in the Hall of Fame? Because I battled with him every time we played twice a year. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? And he still ain't in?
I mean,
and he has 3 Super Bowl rings.
So let's say this. All right. It was well known for some time that while we're speaking of Brian Mitchell, it was well known for some time that the Washington Commanders at the time, Washington Redskins, were not going to get players because of the organization as a whole. That alone tells you we lost Al, but that alone tells
that boo. We know why.
But I mean, it's the truth though. It was said among so many different people that this organization is not going to get people in. And the reason why the organization was not going to get people in because they were not a favorable organization. That had nothing to do with the players and their stats. Absolutely nothing. So that just proves it. That this is conversations that we've had over the years. That just proves to you that the Hall of Fame is not about what it should be. It's
Right.
They say it's about the stats. They say it's about the player or coaches, the individual's stats. They say that, but that's not the case.
Either it's the Pro Bowl. Maybe that's what's going on.
Well, I mean, hey, that's
how about this conspiracy theory? I'm not conspiracy theory. How about this idea? Maybe they're trying to set it up so it's a trifecta induction where Bill, Brady, and Kraft all go in at the same time.
Nah, they ain't trying to do that. They ain't trying to do that out.
Go sit down.
They ain't trying to do that out. Hey.
I have a question though. How much money you think you would have bet at the beginning of the year? You would have won at the beginning of the year, just off of like maybe a $10 bet, if you would have said the Cleveland Browns at the start of the season had 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks on their roster.
No.
Shador and who else?
And Flacco are both Pro Bowlers this year.
Flacco was the.
But listen, the Pro Bowl, players turn down the opportunity to go to the Pro Bowl.
I understand, but you still would have won your bet.
But yeah, that's true.
I think that's the thing about the Pro Bowl, man. I think they should have, and maybe y'all can elaborate more on this, a Pro Bowl team and then a Pro Bowl weekend participant label. Meaning, if you made a Pro Bowl, you're the top of your position, whether you go or not, or accept.
Isn't that what the All Pro list is about?
Yeah, but the thing is, you get contract wise things, but All Pro is listed to the top 2 in your position, usually in the league. That's a very limited selection. That's only 44 players.
Yeah,
there's a lot of more players that should be recognized that are good players. So the Pro Bowl probably goes to the top 3 or 4 in that position, and you can recognize.
But
them.
The Pro Bowl is also a fan vote, and you can't tie that to contracts anyway because it's a popularity contest.
It's not all fan vote.
Yeah, it's half and half, isn't it? It's half and half.
So. It is half and half.
It's players and fans, so it's a popularity contest, right? And then all players don't play against everybody in the league.
They don't even play against anybody now with that little flag football mess they do.
Yeah, but I think, what he's talking about during the regular season, though, I do think that if players respect players, so a player knows a player, whether you played against him or not, you can see what somebody's doing.
You know that game.
I think that half of the Pro Bowl process is legit. I do agree with you. However, you can't just have these Pro Bowls because there's money on the line still. There's some contracts that still have Pro Bowls and All Pros as trajectory marks to get bonuses. So I agree with you. A Pro Bowl day participant that was the 7th quarterback, that got the opportunity to do it. Nah, he shouldn't get to put that award on his resume. But and as we talk about this, the Hall of Fame, the Pro Bowl used to be prestigious too.
Yeah, it did.
In the early 90s, when they used to go out to Hawaii, I remember Rob Woodson being out there every year, and so many other great players. So I wonder if there is, more at work here as we see the Pro Bowl losing all respectability, and now we see the Pro Football Hall of Fame starting to lose all respectability. Maybe the NFL really needs to start to pay attention to what's going on.
Because the game is absolutely losing respect as well. The game is still making money. It's still making money, but just as fast as you're making it, the whole thing could turn around very, very quickly. And the NFL is a juggernaut of a machine. It is a machine, but that machine.
The WWF made it. I think the NFL will too.
Yeah. And the WWE, as we talk about that, as had the Royal Rumble earlier today from So our next topic here is head coaches, new hires. Right, I just sent you guys a text of a picture, and I don't know, so you guys got to update me. Are the last 2 spots still the Raiders and the Cardinals? Right, they haven't been hired yet. Right, those head coaches. Okay, so new coaches, new places. Right. We had 10 openings this year. We have 6 filled with, we have 8 filled and 2 vacancies. And I would like to know Which coach is set up to take their team from worst to first? All right. From worst to first. Q, I'm sending you the text message.
What do you do? They have to?
But they're not even at worst.
What
Some of these,
I'm
about to say some of these teams are not at worst.
The Bills were second. I mean, they can easily flip. So when you say that,
well, when it comes to most of the time, being a new coach, you are put in the worst position. But I get what you guys are saying. Not all of these coaches are in really bad positions. The Bills, the Steelers, they made the playoffs. The
Steelers were a division winner,
right?
Yeah, but that was barely a division.
But it counts, Dick.
It does count.
It's still number one.
The shade.
It does count.
If you won a division, you won.
It's a banner. It's a banner still. Trust me.
So, you all got it. You all should have it right now. Say it. Who set up?
Hold on. I don't have it.
Which coach in the new? Yeah. What do you mean you don't have it?
He ain't look at it yet. Maybe I don't know.
He over there playing. He over there got that halo going on, man.
He playing Tetris. He playing Tetris over there right now.
What?
Say it over there playing Tetris.
What coach is the most set up is the question?
Yeah, which coach is most set up to have a bounce back season? Y'all tell us in the comments too. What y'all think, man? Which coach is in a new place? You got Jim Harbaugh in New York. You got Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta. What's this guy's name? Jeff what?
Hafley.
Jeff Hafley in Miami. You got Robert Saleh in Tennessee. Jesse Minter in Baltimore. Joe Brady in Buffalo.
That's my choice.
Mike McCarthy in Al's second team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
I'm
Todd Munkin.
I told you that.
You got Todd Munkin in Cleveland. Come on, Al. I'm like, come on, say it. I'm sorry.
It's I think two coaches have a chance.
Okay.
And you're not gonna like the answer to one of
them.
Jim Harbaugh with the Giants.
He does.
And Todd Munkin with
Cleveland. Man, stop this Georgia mess, Sid.
That is that Georgia mess right there, Sid. Every time. Every time
we talk about you want to bring with these Georgia boys in it.
When he said Munkin,
Georgia boy, she doing nothing, Georgia.
Yeah, but the coach is.
The coach is Munkin.
Well, at roster wise,
how as bad as Al with your biases.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me explain.
Let me explain.
I want to hear this.
Let me explain. For one, Todd Munkin is a tactician. From watching him in Georgia for 3 years, he goes and pulls what the worst of the other team that does, and he counters it. He has a mind to do just that. And he will not just throw the ball. He will run the ball just as much as he will throw the ball. He's not one of those guys.
I got a question, Steve.
Hold on. With Cleveland, defensive line, you got it. Myles Garrett is untouched. Now, secondary may be a little suspect, but you can get pieces for that. Now, on the offensive side, they gotta fix the offensive line. They need 1 or 2 pieces of offensive line. Shedeur was standing there and throw the ball while they got receivers. Now, let's not forget though, the tight end got hurt at the end of the year. So that may be a problem because Tom Munkin does use the tight ends. He does use the tight ends as he did it in Baltimore. So that's why I say this could be one of the teams that surprised some people.
I got one question.
I got one question.
I'm listening. Shoot it. I'm ready.
All right, 2.
It's an elephant as big as this table in the room.
I feel it on my chest.
Quarterback. You do not have a quarterback.
Hold on, Al. I got one even better than that.
Al, I got one.
Hold on, wait.
That should do it. What do you mean?
Al, wait. I got a question. I got a question for you. You said this dude will run the ball.
Yes.
Was he the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens last year?
Yes.
Did Derrick Henry have some illness that we didn't know about?
It's called head coach.
No.
Yes,
it's called
Pick.
Offensive coordinator.
Yes, Pick.
Do you think that Jim Harbaugh?
If the head coach wants you to do something different, you're going to do what the head coach say.
I guarantee you the head coach didn't say
the Detroit Lions.
I guarantee you the head coach didn't say don't run Derrick Henry.
Did the Detroit Lions replace the offensive coordinator?
Wait a minute. Say it because correct me if I'm wrong, when the Baltimore Ravens played the Green Bay Packers, Derrick Henry was on full display. But 3 games before that, he totally disappeared. He totally disappeared. But when they needed him, Derrick Henry was an untamable beast. And you talk about a guy that wanted to run the ball, but for 3 games, Derrick Henry couldn't touch the ball. I'm not buying your brand. I'm not buying your brand. Said I'm not buying your brand.
All I know is he got 2 championships in Jordans. That's all I can say.
Here go that
Lady
Georgia again. I keep telling y'all.
Yeah, Lady A.
He should have had 3 and he came back one more year.
You should have just
I'm not buying your brand. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Real talk.
Go ahead and get on board. I got no room. Get on board. I got no room.
There's more talent in Cleveland than what was displayed last season. I will say that.
I'll give you that.
So I understand that. So he inherited a decent squad. Let's just see what he can do with it, though. Exactly. But I feel as though for all these teams, I feel like Minter, he has a squad. Okay, like he has a legit squad. If he is a great coach, if he handles himself in Baltimore correctly, we got a team, like a team that's a big problem. We were already afraid of what they could possibly do, but
here.
It was the coach. Let's keep it real. It was the coach.
It was a Harbaugh. It was the same Harbaugh who probably will be the most successful out of all of the first-year coaches next season.
So I don't know what bound him in Baltimore. I really don't. It was so weird.
I think it was the offensive coordinator who wouldn't run the ball.
Well, it looked like it could have been Harbaugh in Baltimore with that squad. Looked like it could have been the perfect storm, right? That's what I thought when he got there. I'm like, and then as they're building their team, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a problem, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a problem for some.
It was. It was just they chose in their playoff games not to, we don't remember. I don't need to rehash it. It was very weird. No, I agree. It's the type of stuff that makes you wonder if,
if I don't know,
right, or something.
But I mean, honestly, I think as far as looking at the teams that they have and just the way that these organizations are structured, I think Minter is probably in the best position.
Come on, Q.
I worry that he's very similar to the coach of the Patriots last year. He's a stopgap solution because they didn't see anybody else out there that they could get. So they grabbed a quarterback that would make the fan base happy and maybe shut a couple players up because you're bringing somebody back that they were comfortable with. Yeah. But we'll see what kind of success he has at the end of the day. I want him to do well, but I thought it was kind of a weird hire to replace Harbaugh, to say Harbaugh was the problem and bring somebody in that has a lot less experience than Harbaugh. Me as a Dolphins fan, I'm so upset that we fired Mike McDaniel to go after Harbaugh when we know Harbaugh doesn't want to come to Miami. They've had so many opportunities to come to Miami over the last, 20 years now.
Why do they want to come to Miami?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Because Stephen Ross is the type of owner to bust in on a end of season meeting between a coach and a player so that he can fire his coach to go after the coach he really wants. There's been so many of those moments where it's a little maybe backstabby, I want to have some optimism, but we're going to be Green Bay South. Maybe we can get Malik Willis and he's an unrestricted free agent. Looked pretty good in Green Bay this year. Miami's about to be in cap purgatory as well because they're going to have to do something with Tyreek and Tua.
Well, Tyreek's contract about. I don't
think we're going to take too much of that money. Only a couple million on that, I think. But Tua's on the hook for like 58.
Yeah, I had to go to I had to check and see what his dead money is for next year. But they look like they're trying to unload him by either cutting him or getting him in trade. That's why they set him down toward the end of the year.
Oh well, yeah, but nobody's going to trade. Who's going to trade for him? Who's going to take all the money? Miami still is going to have to take a bunch of the money, but I called it on my podcast about early October that this was going to be the end of Tua. He'll either be a stopgap solution for a rookie quarterback or a backup quarterback for the rest of his career. I don't think we see Tua as like the man for another franchise again.
Okay, Lady A. I'm sorry, Al. What do you got here?
Okay, Lady A, I'm very proud of you. That was a very good choice because I do like Mike Minter going back and being in a perfect situation with a roster loaded with talent, a two-time MVP at quarterback, and a guy who's familiar with the culture. And that's the most important thing, and a young voice, which I think they
need.
So, but I'm going to. I will admit there's a little biased in this pick. But I'm going to back it up with facts that I think you all can agree. I think it's Joe Brady. For this reason, he has the best player in the league.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm going to say this. According to a lot of people.
A
lot of reporters and a lot of players. He'll be top 5.
Did he get in the Super Bowl?
Let me finish.
Did he get in the Super Bowl?
Top 5.
Was he the offensive coordinator and did he get in the Super Bowl?
He'll be top 5.
Did they get into the Super Bowl?
A younger voice. He's a McDermott disciple.
And
I think a lot of the players did not want McDermott fired.
You talking about me? You talking about some biasm?
Yeah, I start mine with letting you know I'm biased with my choices. You just start throwing Georgia every time. Georgia on my mind every time you start talking, and then you try to justify by saying he got 2 championships in Georgia. What in China in the NFL? But that's a whole story. But I think because he has the best player, quote unquote, by a lot of people's opinion in the league, and the best quarterback, that sets him up for success. I think New England, after this year's high, has nowhere to go but backwards. I don't think they're going to be a dynasty where they're going to continue to go every year like the Brady Patriots, but I think they're going to be a very good team. So I think they're going to battle back and forth. They were 1-1 with them, and they feel strongly about which. If you heard Josh Allen's post-surgery comments, he felt that if they would have play better and beat Denver, they would be in the Super Bowl, meaning he thought they would have beat the Patriots. And he was not shy about saying that. So
you ain't got to be shy about being wrong.
Joe Brady might have more pressure on him because he does have more weapons.
Well, absolutely he does not.
What weapons does he have?
He absolutely does not have more weapons.
You just said the quarterback. What do you want? You can't have more.
He ain't got no weapons. The quarterback. That's the pressure on the quarterback. That's on the coach.
That's the problem. That's the problem in Buffalo. He has no weapons.
That's why Bean should have been fired. Not
the quarterback. Wait. He the head coach of who? Hold on. Wait. What team is the head coach of?
Buffalo Bills. Lady A's favorite to the city.
Nah. Didn't you just say he had the best quarterback? Did you not say that?
Literally the best player.
Did you not say that?
In the league, and a lot of people.
Did he not say that?
I did.
You can you can have a way.
Player, a singular.
Pick a side. Pick a side. Left side, right side.
Al, let me help you out. Let me help you out, Al. Let me help you out, Al. Let me help you out.
Please.
The coach with the most offensive weapons is absolutely Kevin Stefanski.
Absolutely not.
Okay, say it. Let's play your game. Let's play your reindeer games now.
Georgia.
Say it. Is Bijan Robinson a weapon?
Algiers a free agent. Go ahead.
That's not the question. Since we playing reindeer games here,
Algiers a free agent. Kyle Pitts, free agent.
Yes or no? Is Bijan Robinson one of the top running backs in the league?
Yeah. Especially putting the ball on the carpet. But go ahead.
Yes or no? Does the Atlanta Falcons have an improved top 5, top 10 type defense?
Defense, yeah.
Okay. Do they have a legit number 1 wide receiver?
On the left side.
Hold on. Do they have a legit number 1 wide receiver?
No.
He says no. All right. Okay.
He a possession receiver, yes.
I'll take your no. I'll take that into
my. Sorry, Vogue says, Mike, please.
I'll take
this is blasphemy we listen
now,
to.
Yes, you do have a tight end in Kyle Pitts who's up for free agent. You do have a second running back in Tyler Algier who's up for free agency.
Yep.
You had a steady quarterback in Kirk Cousins and a up and down quarterback in Pence and Michael Penix Jr., right?
Mm-hmm.
If Kevin Stefanski could come in there and get Pitts to play just game manager, or if
They
he
gotta sign it.
Wait. I said
show up on
Michael
game
Penix.
day.
Michael Penix Jr. is under
Pitts.
contract.
My bad. He said Pitts.
Michael
Penix.
Penix.
This season's gonna be over when he come back. Pig, what are you talking about?
Listen,
He tore another ACL, dude. This season's gonna be over before he come back.
Can I finish my point? Or get Kirk Cousins to come back on his regular deal and play the way
when you left.
Play the way he played towards the end of the season and play game manager. Then absolutely you have the weapons that you need. Plus you want to add some draft.
Okay, so let me jump in there. Now
the best coach that has the opportunity to take their team from worst to first is absolutely in Atlanta with Kevin Stefanski.
Okay, that's your opinion. We
respect this is the same Kevin Stefanski that was in Cleveland.
Yes, it is.
That did not want the best quarterback to play last year.
Same guy. What I do know is
bringing him to a stadium where you had a run first option quarterback was one of the greatest of all time. Then the guy behind him, you turn into vice president who has never drafted anybody in his life. So you're telling me Matt Ryan is going to come in and be able to pick out what they need? I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna hold my breath.
This is what I do.
I gotta agree with
now. There were many games. Hold on, Al. There were many games where Bijan did absolutely nothing.
That's true.
And who did something? The guy behind him, who is now a free agent.
I know what Bijan did do.
And is gonna get big money.
I know what Bijan did do.
This
Bijan
is the first year
fantasy championship
since Matt Ryan that the quarterback at the end of the year, offensive coordinator decided, hey, we have Michael Pitts on the roster. Let's use it. There were games this year he got no targets or one target. That's the same offensive coordinator. And guess what, Pick? He's not there no more. They fired him too, which means there's gonna be a new offensive coordinator coming in for Penix Jr. He got to learn a whole new offense.
But there's an
coming off an ACL. He's not getting no practice on until the middle of the season.
Come on, Sid. Come on, Al.
Let me give you this aspect, and let me see how this helps weigh into it too. We also not just consider the coach. We have to consider the division that these teams are playing in.
Yeah.
If you look at the AFC North, it is the best. The only tenured coach in that division now is the guy from Cincinnati.
Yep. And he will be fired this year.
So does that division become more winnable now without Mike Tomlin, without John Harbaugh, and without Stefanski? I think so. And then when you look at the the NFC South, which Sid is talking about, with Stefanski, his team finished tied for the number one team with the number one record.
Stefanski was in the league, in the division. What do you mean?
What I'm saying, the Atlanta finished tied with the best record in the division with Tampa Bay and Carolina. They just lost on a tiebreaker. So you're talking about a game.
That's because they lost to Carolina twice.
I know what I'm saying, though, Sid. Stefanski might can change that. So therefore, it's easier to go from worst to first if you only got to make up a game.
I'm not holding my breath.
You got to make up one game, Sid.
That's a true Falcons fan for you right there, boy.
I was holding my breath when they drafted Penix Jr. I said we need to run a quarterback that was ability to run the ball.
Well, he was gone.
I watched the game.
Sorry for what you said. He was gone. He was gone.
I watched the game. He could throw that. He was effective throwing the ball. Cool. But he was going to stand in the pocket. And in the NFL, you can't stand in the pocket all the time. You're going to have to move at some point. There were points during this season before he got hurt where it opened like the Red Sea, and he stood there. I guess I throw the ball out of bounds. Run the ball 5 yards, lay on the ground, and get up and go to the next play.
Say it. Hey, listen.
Y'all done got him started.
Have you ever seen an abused? Have you ever seen an abused fan? Well, you just saw one and said.
One behind that, in front of that bulldog in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, you just saw one and said.
You got that right.
Super Bowl. I believe that is our next topic here. Our next topic is updates from the land of the Seahawks and the Patriots. Turns out that both quarterbacks are on the injured list heading into the Super Bowl, but we didn't think that these injuries should be a problem. Sam Darnold with his oblique and Drake with his right shoulder, his throwing shoulder injuries from being landed on in the Super Bowl. They do have a week off, and they will be playing in San Fran, where who knows what kind of weather they will get out there on the West Coast and how it will affect them. So I mean, it's a warm weather city, but it does rain out that way.
Don't in California, it get a little chilly up there.
Yeah, it do, but it will be.
It'll be for good football weather.
It should be like good football weather in February. You know, it should be 60s, pretty good. Yeah. Which quarterback do you suspect will have the better game here? You know, we're a week and a day away from the Super Bowl. You got Sam Darnold, who has been playing very, very well going into the Super Bowl. And then you have Drake May, who's had some up and down games, been sacked. He hasn't made the crucial back-breaking turnover to lose a game. So my question to everyone here and you guys in the audience is, which quarterback do you think is going to have the better game come the Super Bowl? Q, let's start with you.
Sam Darnold. You know, while I am very, very, very impressed with Drake May, Darnold's on a burner right now. I think he's won, well, now counting the playoff games, he's won 33 games in the last 2 seasons. He had already won the most regular season games with 2 different teams ever in NFL history. In back-to-back seasons after leading, was it 15 wins with Minnesota last year? And then another 15 this year?
14
this year, yes, so 29. And now he's won 2 playoff games, you know, so it's 31, 30.
32. 14, and 2.
14, 15, and 2.
No, 15 last year, right?
He won 14 because Detroit had 15 last year.
They both had 15.
They both had 15. I thought.
Yeah, so it's 31 ball games.
But it was 14 and 3 last year. Okay.
Yep. Well, fact check me. I swear, because Minnesota went out.
Fact check that, please. How many games did Minnesota win last year?
I got
Hey, Siri.
I'm already on it.
But either way, a lot of games. Go ahead, Quee. I'm sorry. Finish, you.
No, you good. You good. Let's make sure we're correct before we even go forward.
I'm already on it, Q. Go ahead. Keep.
All right. So, with that being said, you know, Sam Darnold's been on heater. You just look at the last couple of playoff games. New England's lucky. Well, New England obviously is playing good football, but you know sometimes it's the luck of the draw this year. So I think Sam Darnold is more prepared. I think he's got more weapons. I think Seattle has a better secondary. You know, so I think all signs point towards Darnold having a big football game. And if the New England Patriots are going to have success in this game, it's going to be, you know, probably a little bit of a nip and tuck. And, you know, we'll see if Drake May can have a big game, but he hasn't so far really in the playoffs.
Minnesota Vikings was 14-3 last year.
Oh, okay, so it's 28. He was right.
I don't even remember he lost the last 2 games of the season.
I thought they were both 15-win teams for some reason. But okay, so you're right. It's 30 games. Still a whole lot of football games that he's won. You know, you got Minnesota eating their heart out right now. You know, but listen, there's a lot of people eating their heart out. You know, the New England Patriots made it back to a Super Bowl before the Miami Dolphins could win a playoff game. I just had to throw that stat in there because it's haunting my dreams.
All right. Okay. I got you. All right, Lady A.
I actually agree. Sam Darnold is the one. Why are you doing that, Al? Like, get yourself together. You gonna have your time to speak. It's okay.
No, I'm just laughing. Just messing with you.
Oh well.
Go ahead.
Well, anyway, as we talk about, he's going back to Sam Darnold's going back to Cali, and
going.
Yeah, he's going back.
Cali.
That's his old Cali's his old stomping ground.
Yo, like, USC boy.
Right, it's a USC guy. He's going to show out. He'll be the first, and I think someone mentioned it. Oh, Cuzzo mentioned it as well. He'll be the first in his draft class to go in this Super Bowl and win it. Like,
Yeah.
and I have no stake in either one of these teams. Don't look at me like that, Al. I really don't. I really don't have a stake in either one of these teams. I just really feel like Sam is the guy. He's going to show out. That's about it.
Seems to be his season.
Yeah.
Say it.
Georgia.
Pretty good, Al. Pretty good.
We'll wait to see how he weaves Georgia into this answer. I'm waiting.
Bills on the Seattle squad. So that being said, they may be a jinxed to make it into the play. They were looking to make it to the playoffs.
Oh.
I think that New England is there. They did get there this year. Even with the coaching change, but I think the coaching change really wasn't the reason why they got better. The reason why they got better was the offensive coordinator. He allowed Drake May to do more stuff this year than he did last year. Drake May showed signs last year of how well he could be. He just didn't have the right offensive coordinator to fit him into the scheme. I think, like you said, the Minnesota Vikings are eating their heart out. They're kicking themselves. Jay Jefferson is texting everybody, asking y'all are stupid, because the fact is, you let a guy who led you to the playoff. I talked about this last year. Y'all remember at the end of the season, I said chemistry. When if they don't re-sign him and you break this chemistry, it's going to cost Minnesota. This is the second time it's cost them.
Yep.
But they were banking on a guy who got hurt during preseason. A rookie and had not played any games at all.
It was worse than that. They were thinking of the guy that they wouldn't let pass against Penn State and College the year before. Yeah, we could keep going on that decision all day long. Didn't their general manager just lose his job though? Did I hear that today? It was today, right? The Nico Harrison effect.
Yes. And Sam Darnold he's on a heater. Yeah. I think that he has more weapons, overall weapons.
Yes.
That wasn't named JSN is a monster.
Yeah.
And he opens it up for so many more people because they're trying to double him throughout the game. And with that, and the one running back, actually got two running backs now. Walker, and then they got the Georgia boy that coming off
there you go. He figured out how to do it. I was waiting for it.
Can't help himself. Can't help himself.
I was waiting for it.
Now, give me Seattle for Bradford. I think he deserves. He deserves to be there, and it would be nice to see it pay off for him after where his career started and where it is now. Mm-hmm. It would be great to see it pay off for him this year. It would be.
Gotcha.
So I like Seattle.
All right, Lady A. I'm sorry, Al. I'm sorry, my bad.
It's okay. Al don't have nothing to say.
Well,
dip right over you.
I always have good insight, I feel. So let me continue down that path. Let's see. Seattle has the best team. Will Donald ever turn back into a pumpkin? I think the worst thing that happened for Donald is this 2-week layoff or this week layoff. It was such a heater. He had a week off, then he came back and played and was cooking.
Yeah.
And I think if he had it to do, he would have kept cooking. I know he had an injury oblique and it was good to get the rest, but I just think that no one's paying attention to a Patriots team that's gotten better. He had the easiest schedule. But one thing about winning, it produces a mentality and a mindset. Mm-hmm. So first it was they didn't play anybody for the 13 games that they won. Then they played the top 3 defenses in the league, in the playoffs, and beat them. All 3 pretty good teams. So when you continue to win, it builds a mindset into you and almost a false bravado sometimes. And I think Mike Vrabel, being a defensive coach, big-time defensive coach, is going to figure out something to kind of remind Sam Darnold that it's okay to be that Sam Darnold that we knew. And if Sam Darnold listens to that, pumpkin mode could be in play.
Mm.
The only thing that's right for Sam Darnold, he has the much stronger team that mistakes. He's the one who can make mistakes and get away with it. I don't think Drake May can. And that's the only thing with this game. So who has the better game is, I guess, the original question. I think Drake May has to have the better game if they're going to win.
I like it, Al. You answered the question. I appreciate it. For me, this is simple. It's not a question of who's going to have the better game. It's a question of who I would like to have the better game. And for me, I'm sick of seeing people dogpile Sam Darnold. I want Sam Darnold to have his revenge on the entire group of doubters, reporters, haters, naysayers, every person that doubted this young man for the fact that sometimes everybody's not the same. It's not add them and you have an instant impact superstar. Sometimes some people need to grow, develop, and be put into the right place. And I do believe that his time at San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan taught him some things. I do believe going from there and making a couple of other stops and then winding up in Minnesota with KOC there helped him. And now he has this time to shine with Seattle and Mike McDaniel, right? McDaniel in Seattle. So I absolutely am praying for
McDonald, man.
Mike McDonald.
Yeah. I'm absolutely praying for Sam Darnold to go out and the Donalds, the McDaniels.
I got you. No, yeah, you just know I'm attached to one of them. You know.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely praying that Sam Darnold he's on his A game on February the 8th. At the same time, I'm gonna be like Al. I'm gonna tell you my bias. Drake May cannot win a Super Bowl before Jaden Daniels.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely cannot. He can't.
He's a better quarterback. I told y'all that 2 years ago.
Al.
If you don't go say
you better hope that shit doesn't sell.
Drake May was the best quarterback in that draft 2 years ago.
Honestly, I was arguing with Al when I was on the show earlier in the season, you know, when he was saying that, I think at this point, you seriously got to wonder if Jaden Daniels is injury prone. It's that simple. I mean, it made no sense. It was one thing after another.
When you have a coach that does not protect his quarterback and wants his quarterback to win,
coaches aren't muscles. Coaches aren't bones.
To me, he's got this capability. That's one of the most athletic. But he was one of the most athletic players on the field the year before. So something's the matter. Something happened. Something changed. And we're going to have to see if he can get back to. And my concern is it was different injuries. It wasn't like the same. It wasn't like he just had a bum ankle all year. It was, every time he seemed to get hit, he was coming out of the game for significant, time again. So
they need to put the same thing on him they put on the boxers. Fragile. Be careful in transit.
That's what they need to me.
It's just so reminiscent of RG3. It's heartbreaking.
That is absolutely what should be on Dak.
Don't you put Dak?
He's nothing like RG3.
And Jade in the same conversation, please. You're talking about a guy who's a perennial All-Pro.
When he's not hurt.
Okay. Let's do an average games played per season.
You can't.
Who wins?
You absolutely can't.
You want to compare them? Don't stop comparing them.
Dak Prescott misses whole seasons. He'll play 4. Matter of fact, you know what?
Jade missed 17 games.
Dak Prescott.
Jade only played 7 games this year.
Dak Prescott 1 year.
10, right?
I think he played like 4 games and then broke his
10
ankle.
and 17.
He broke his ankle, right? He broke his ankle. And then Dak Prescott needs 2 number 1 wide receivers to even be.
Don't get mad because we can draft your GM doesn't get you talent.
You didn't draft.
Doesn't acquire talent for your quarterback. You complain about it.
It only took 50 years.
Don't stop complaining about that.
You still want the man to wake up.
Why are you consistently hating?
That's what Al does.
Complain about a GM
because the Cowboys ain't no better.
That's what I'm saying.
But what
That's
I'm
what Al
saying is,
does.
he
You know what?
complains on other shows that the GM didn't get the guy talent, and then he wants to get mad because my GM did. Tell your
But
GM
you
to go.
don't even
George
want your GM to wake
said,
up.
Said, am I right? George Pickens went to Georgia, right?
Sure did.
You don't
Wasn't he
even want your
available?
GM to wake up.
Yeah, it's funny.
Could anybody offer Pittsburgh a pick for George Pickens?
They could have, yeah.
Third round pick. It was maybe the sweetest deal of the offseason.
They could have drafted George Pickens. He was there.
He's got such a catch radius. He's an amazing athlete.
He was there when
and I bet you Terry would have been in camp. I bet you if George Pickens was in camp, Terry would have found a way to get healthy and been in camp. He'd have been scared that money was going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, we all know that George Pickens decided to take the game off when CD got hurt, didn't he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Of course you don't. Let's move on to our last
season.
No, he didn't. He started to dog
the game after that. He don't know.
It was the game of the
season. He don't know.
Question: what pick did y'all end up with for Michael Parsons in your first year of getting a first round pick for him?
20th.
The 20th? That's. Oh, I thought it was a little bit lower than that. Okay.
No, it was 20th because they made the playoffs. It was 7 seasons.
Let's move on to our last.
Not record wise, they were the 20th. It would have been like the 12th from worse. So
let's move on to our last and final topic. We're gonna go around the NBA for our first time. We're just gonna take a real quick glance at some of the standings here. Let's start off in the Eastern Conference, and I'm gonna give you the top two in every division here, right? But we'll start off on the Eastern Conference. The Knicks are number one in the Atlantic at 30-18, and Boston is tied with the Knicks at 30-18. In the Central, you have the Detroit Pistons at 35-12, and the Cleveland Cavaliers 7.5 games back at 29-21. In the Southeast, you have the Orlando Magic at 25-22.
They're leading? Wow.
And they are tied with Miami at 26-23. Miami has one game up on them. All right, so let's talk about the East really fast. All right, who do you guys expect to win the East?
Ooh.
That's rough right now.
Yeah, the Wizards.
Where's Giannis going?
They're doing better this season. Don't do that, Al.
Where's Giannis going?
Oh,
I think
man,
that's going to be a huge question. That's going to be a huge question.
He's not getting traded until the summertime. He's not getting traded until the summertime.
Charge me to take them tickets.
even after some of the antics we've seen from him over the last,
he ain't going nowhere till the summertime because then that way they can figure out what their pick. Yeah, that way they can figure out.
He's ready to go now.
Yeah, I was going to say
be ready. He might be ready, but that don't mean they got to trade him.
I ain't playing. My calf hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out for the next 6 weeks. Definitively, I'm gonna be out for the next. He didn't even see the doctor. He just knew.
As soon as y'all trade me.
Right.
He said.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Listen, we'll see. I've heard the debate back and forth on one or the other.
We on NBA.
My pick here is absolutely the Detroit Pistons. I think that they were hungry last year. They were hungry last year. Boston and Tatum is what it is right there. He's not sure if he wants to come back.
Can he come back this year?
He can, but he's scared. He don't want to disrupt the chemistry that the Boston Celtics have going on right now.
Yeah,
they're the best team, but when he's back, go ahead.
Oh, Boston.
Yeah. I like Detroit. Just can't shoot.
Well, let's remember how hard Detroit battled the Knicks in the playoffs. There's actually a couple games that I think really Detroit could have won that series very easily last year. So Detroit is legitimate, and we'll see what happens. Cade Cunningham is a legitimate superstar. And it's great to see, to be honest, being up here, having a lot of family from the Detroit area, it's great to see the Detroit Pistons back to play good basketball. That rebuild took forever. So, as y'all know.
Man. As we know,
one of my problems.
He had a message going and kicked himself out.
Man. I don't know if the Georgia Bulldogs did that, but I'm pretty sure they were somewhere along the lines of that happening. We'll get Q back as soon as we can.
Hey, Sted, you did like one of them dances, man. You sure you?
Come on,
all black with the little joints around his neck.
I'm going black and green for Seattle. Thank you very much.
I thought you were trying to catch something on the show, man.
Man, Sid always out there for the ladies. But what do y'all think? Man. Is there anybody besides Detroit that you guys think that could wind up number one?
So I'm gonna say this. I feel like this is a long shot, but it's not really. I was watching the Cleveland game the other day against the Lakers, and that's their precious LeBron James that they were playing against, and they beat
the king.
Yeah, they beat them, and I'm looking at this team and I'm like, you know what? They really got heart. They were trying to do some things, and I feel like they're slept on.
What are they missing this year? Because they were strong last year. Number one seed.
They're waiting for this All-Star game. They're waiting for the All-Star game to come. Nobody kicks it in the high game until after the All-Star game.
Okay, well, whether they waiting for the All-Star game or not.
2 weeks.
Right.
Where's that this year?
Team that I'm not a Cleveland fan, but I was proud of them. I was actually proud of them. So I think that's a team that you may want to watch.
Where's the All-Star at this year? You might know.
Not right now. Football's still on my radar. I'll know come Monday.
So let me. So why are you going?
I don't know. If it's somewhere nice, somewhere warm. Everywhere cold, man. Everywhere cold right now. The whole East Coast.
I was about to say there's nowhere that's warm. I don't think.
Except California.
It's in LA.
Is it for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's the 13th to the 15th. Are you going?
All-Star weekend. Al ain't going nowhere. All-Star weekend is on Valentine's Day weekend.
That's February 13th through the 15th.
Al ain't going nowhere.
You mess around and get stuck.
No, I can't go to wifey gonna be out of town. No, she come back on the 14th. She gone for. I'm being Orlando next week, so
golf trip on Lady A. Got it.
We ready to talk about the West? I'm ready to talk about the West. That's what the story is this year.
Let's get Sid's opinion on the East. Let's get Sid's opinion on the East real quick.
I'm rushing that, so my bad.
So
Atlanta Hawks.
The Eastern Conference. Said who do you think is gonna come out of nowhere?
I don't know, man. I kind of stopped watching once they trade away old boy, and they got nothing for him.
Who's old boy?
Ice Trade.
Mm-hmm.
They traded with Ice Trade and they traded away and they get anything for him. So I don't, I kind of
he hurt here.
Look, where he go? Said. You don't know where he went. You don't know.
Say don't know. Say he don't know.
He just know you. You just knew he left.
They traded him.
Don't worry, he ain't playing here like he ain't playing this. So don't worry about it.
Okay, Q is back. Okay, here we go. Let's go out west now, where we have the top two again. I'm giving you the top two. In the Northwest, you got the Oklahoma Thunder at 38-11, and the Denver Nuggets at 33-16, 5 games back. The LA Lakers are in charge of the Pacific at 29-18. They are tied with the Phoenix Suns at 30-19. In Southwest, you have the San Antonio Spurs at 32-16, leading the Houston Rockets at 29-17. The Rockets are 2 games back. Mm-hmm. Now, all right, I know why Q is ready to talk about this West, because if you guys haven't caught Q's podcast lately, he talks about the San Antonio Spurs and a lot of NBA here. So Q, the floor is yours.
Well, I've had to put a pause on it for the high school basketball season. It turns out the high school basketball season is competitive up here in the Midwest, and my team is actually 13-1 right now and ranked number 4 in the state of Michigan. So I've been busy with that right now, but I have been staying up on the NBA as well. I think the story in the West is the San Antonio Spurs. They're not supposed to be here yet. They're tied for second. They're 5 games behind OKC, and that's after OKC's unbelievable start. The start to the year looked like they might rival the Bulls and the Golden State Warriors.
Can I say something real quick, Q? They just lost to Charlotte Hornets, but go ahead.
The Spurs?
Yeah.
It don't matter. You're gonna drop those games. It doesn't matter. You know who they can beat?
Senate
OKC.
OKC.
Yeah, okay. They giving OKC the business. So and this is with Victor Wembanyama missing what? 10, 15 games coming off
And
the
he's on
bench.
limited time right now.
Coming off the bench now. Really, the key for me is Victor staying healthy. If you looked at the way he started this season, at one point in time through like 10 games, he was averaging close to 35, 15, and 5. It was some of the craziest basketball I've ever seen. He came out really playing inspired this year. He said that deep bone thrombosis in his shoulder, he realized that was career threatening. So up until this point, Victor has played basketball like, hey, I'm playing basketball forever. I'm a 19, 20-year-old kid. I got my whole career ahead of me. And all of a sudden he realized, hey, this could be gone in the blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm.
The way he hit the offseason this year, I think I even saw him doing kung fu or something in some videos that I saw that he was out somewhere in Asia. And, yeah, so if Wembanyama can stay healthy the second half of the season, I think San Antonio could be the number one seed. They've already shown that they match up well. And, what's really also exciting about this team, I would say, is that you got all these young players who've gotten a ton of experience under their belt with Wembanyama being hurt, with him coming off the bench. This is as a young core. San Antonio has drafted extremely well. And yeah, OKC's the team to beat for sure. But San Antonio has shown that they can do that. So that, I think is going to be a storyline going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Al.
Being a Laker fan, it's hard, but I just think, man, OKC, it's hard to repeat, but I know they had, I know Minnesota and San Antonio has definitely had that number. But I think when Jalen Williams gets back into his groove, because he's coming off injury and he was late to coming back in, and his numbers are way down. I think when he starts grooving a little bit better, they're the deepest squad. And the crazy part about it is they are the team that have the most to be able to give 14 to Milwaukee to get Giannis or one of those players or something like that, because they're full of assets and draft picks because they draft so well. The Paul George trade has made them filthy rich in regard to draft picks, and they've developed their own talent. So they're the deepest team. I do like Denver because Denver added a lot to their bench, but I think it's really even the West is deep. I think it's a 2-team race. Like the San Antonio pick. I'm not sure if they're quite ready yet, and Victor Wembanyama's health does scare me. And when you start going to playoffs, going every other day, back to back, and stuff, every other day in games like that, when the games are more physical and depth, and the rest period is a lot shorter. So I'm going to say OKC or Denver as a two horses that I like the most in the West.
Okay, Lady A.
I'm sitting here in awe because I was listening to Q. I agree with Q about the OKC San Antonio. Cool. But then Al started speaking and I'm like, that's kind of on the lines that I was speaking of. And the fact that Al was saying it kind of concerned me. It bothered me a little bit. I'm just saying.
Was it the Giannis part?
I know, right?
Say it. Agreeing with me, but go ahead.
It's shocking. But so, pretty much, Q, I completely agree with you. Those two teams, well, first of all, I think OKC is still number one in the West, right?
By 5 games.
Okay. Yeah. So with that said, I'm going with OKC. I do feel like, Al, unfortunately, I do disagree with you with the top two. I feel like the top two, that's why I disagree with you right there. The top two, I feel, would be the OKC San Antonio rivalry. Like this is a thing right now. And I think that's good. Iron sharpens iron. I think that those two will be going at it, but I have OKC having that slighter edge at the end of the day. So and even Al, even what you said about Giannis, that was so creepy. Because I literally just had that conversation with somebody the other day. So I'm a little concerned that.
So Sid leaves right as we're about to come to him.
But that's why I would just want to debate the one aspect that y'all brought up. All right, so this is the thing. OKC will have to make that work with the money because they're in a cap situation now after re-signing a couple of the players this past season. Jalen Williams, like you, and I believe Chet Holmgren got paid too.
I think so.
They're gonna have to make it work. So who are you gonna give up? You know, who are you? I still don't think that we've seen what Chet Holmgren can become. You know,
I tell you something.
Jalen Williams is a big part of that team too.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give up SGA. So who does? I think that's a point where you do not break up the chemistry of the team. I think the team with the best option to get Giannis is going to be New York, and that package is going to involve Karl Anthony Towns.
Ow! I love you being muted, but it is hilarious right now that you're muted.
The team that I think that Giannis may wind up with, and it could change the whole dynamic, is the third team in that Northwest, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can you imagine Giannis with Ant-Man?
Who are they going to give? They're going to give
up Randall and who else?
I don't like that as much.
They can give up Randall and some other pieces and some draft capital. Come on, say it.
It's more realistic than OKC.
Yeah, I agree. I think OKC might be one of the places he land. They have pieces. It's gonna have to be someone that has got pieces to give up. I think at one time they said Golden State was looking at him as well. But they don't have the pieces to give up to get him. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think signing back with Milwaukee is a thing for him. I actually think he'll lead this time like the last time when he re-signed a contract and stayed.
Yeah.
Well,
the list is short because Minnesota was a whole bunch. Go ahead, Al.
I got a question. Does anybody know how the max contract works? Because he's in line to sign like a 4-year, 200.
Yeah, you get the most money. You get the most money by staying with your team.
Contract. But those rights can transfer over.
No.
Or he can sign it first.
So. Not because you got to remember, Luka just lost his. Luka just lost his.
Sign it and then be traded. It's something crazy.
Sign and trade.
A sign and trade, yeah, a sign and trade, but he don't want to sign with them because once you sign your name
for that money, if he knows he'll get traded.
Well, even if you,
I think this is it. So I'm close to Milwaukee. All right, Giannis is loved there. You got to realize he grew up in that franchise. He's got his brothers that were allowed to play and grow up with him. Yes. And so this is the thing with Giannis in Milwaukee. Now he did the boot thing. If you notice, he has not come outright and demanded for a trade. He's trying to put him in a situation where neither one of these guys want to budge. But we finally saw the team budge the other day when they said that they're accepting calls for Giannis. Mm-hmm. So to hang on him through the season, with the things he said, the recent outbursts that we've seen on the court, I do not see it happening. And I do think that they may be forced into taking less, but at the same time, the general manager of Milwaukee is aware of what just happened in Dallas with Nico Harrison. Doesn't want to do the same thing, but Giannis is kind of not giving them very many options here.
Yeah,
can you get more now or in the summer? What's the answer to that question?
More in the summer.
And more in the summer for sure. But then he's probably he's either not going to play the rest of the year, or he's going to continue to possibly disrupt. Yeah, I don't know. After the boo in the fans at home, I really think might have crossed the line, guys.
All right. That is our show for tonight. Sid, did we leave any crumbs on the table?
Absolutely not.
Lady A, was anyone fined?
Yes.
Who?
Okay.
What?
You got the first fine of the night. What do you mean?
Hold up, man. Sid come around with stripper neck rolls around his neck.
This is why you got
over here all black. You can't even see if he got a shirt on.
Stay out your mouth.
Got no lights on. Then he put a halo around his neck like he up at, like he Magic Mike or something. And y'all
because you getting fined for something you did, you are attacking another co-host. Oh, you're getting fined again. Say it right there. You're getting fined soon now because I don't like the way you swing that thing around. No.
Well, I can say this was a great show because Pick did not lose any money. For once, Pick did not lose any money. No fines for 2026. I agree with you, Bruce.
Is playing.
I agree. Huh?
He's playing. He's joking. Haha, funny. Because they're fines.
Yes, because they are my daughter little friends. They need to take these little kids back to school. I'm just getting tired of them calling my phones, calling my computers. All they do is call each other all doggone day. I don't know how. I mean,
you gotta put a do not disturb, bro.
I was wishing you gotta stop monitoring your daughter's phone call.
He don't listen. I keep telling him put it on do not disturb.
You gotta stop monitoring your daughter's phone calls. That's what you got to do, man. Or disconnect it.
She's 10. I ain't stopping nothing. I'm watching everybody.
But you gotta put that thing on do not disturb.
How you do that, man? What you do?
Hey, y'all try to read the comments before you leave, right? If y'all got comments from new fans or no? Yes.
We go through the comments.
We go through the comments.
Okay.
Throughout the show.
I just saw one on here that said the Pats are going to make history. The coach won chips with the Pats, and if I'm not mistaken, will be the first coach to win a Super Bowl with the same team he played and won with NFL. He played and won with in NFL history.
Yeah, that's true.
Where do you see that one at?
I think it's I don't know where it's at. On Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, we don't see those. We don't see those on.
We used to. I don't know what happened. Why it doesn't show? But we used to always see.
Get on with your job, girl. Find out and get
and the end of it, just because I know this gentleman, Go Bolt. I really wanted to leave that part out. I don't know who he's talking about.
You can't leave it out. You can't leave it out. We appreciate
everybody. All right, yeah, go Bolts, evidently.
He's a Chargers fan?
Yeah, he's a Chargers fan. He's a big Chargers fan. Yeah, I know he is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how the Pats winning the Super Bowl helped the Chargers, but whatever, you know.
Tune in Tuesday when we absolutely will follow up on the NFL's opening night out in San Francisco. I will be making some calls to some reporters and getting the latest and greatest from out there. So make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday, the beginning of Super Bowl week. Things will pick up towards the end of the week and things like that. But make sure you guys tune in to us this Tuesday. We'll give you the latest and greatest from out west. And man, I gotta say, Q, it was great having you on, man. I'm glad you were able to make it. I understand you were going through some things, and it is frozen in up there up north. And I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice, okay? When I lived in Chicago and it was negative 40 degrees, there's one thing that I bought that I'm going to recommend to you, and that is a for sale sign.
I normally get a bottle of liquor and go down and watch some surf in Lake Superior because that's what they do.
Tequila fixes everything, Q. Trust me.
That's what I do. You know,
everything.
I don't know if y'all seen the one that comes in the pumpkin, but that's so special. You know.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you definitely need that for a sale sign. All right, Lady A. Yes. Lady A. How are you doing? And are you ready to tell everybody goodbye?
Always.
Hey,
all right.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And I'm always
ready. Good luck with the rest of the season, to the basketball season too. Kid.
Absolutely. I'll send y'all some links.
Don't sign out just yet. We're getting out of here right now.
Oh, I didn't know.
All right, get out of here right now. Don't go nowhere.
Georgia.
Oh yes, no, I'm not going to. I'm hanging out with y'all. Yeah, I got you.
Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast is second to none. Come get some. Tell him, say it.
No dogs. Sick 'em.
Raise hell.